channel. Today's news in the headline: bus driver has lifted the lid on the crew comment she receives. That's right, folks. There are the people who ferry us from A to B, but with drunk passengers and never-ending traffic thrown in. What a journey bus drivers have must have got along the way. Not only do they have to navigate busy traffic, but they also must ensure the safety of all passengers. So it's a job that's a lot harder than it sounds, the Sun reports. So what's it's really like? Jodie Lee Fox, 24 from the UK, has been a bus driver for 5 years. Here she reveals the rudest comments she received and what she really thinks about drunk customers. Okay, so that's her. Alright, Jodie says people think it's easy, but there is a lot to think about when you become a bus driver. Remember, we have people's lives in our hands. However, driving a bus is not much more complicated than driving a car. You have to be very careful, given the length and the weight of the bus, as well as the responsibility you have to your passengers. We have our daily checks that have to be completed, checking everything to make sure the bus is okay for service. While driving through the sights of London sounds like a great day out, as a bus driver, you also have to constantly battle traffic jams. Jodie said, I'll say the hardest part is trying to work under pressure when you're running on a tight schedule and there's traffic. Sometimes it does get stressful, especially in summer, as you're sitting in a hot, sweaty cab. Sadly, drivers can come up against some unreasonable passengers, which can add stress, says Jodie says, I had many rude customers because I'm female. I had many inappropriate comments, much as I wear too much makeup, or I'm fat, or I'm too much lip filler. However, you had to go and had to let it go, and otherwise it would affect the rest of your day. I also see a lot of drunk people, but I love it because that used to be me. It doesn't really bother me. Okay, that's wise words. Of course, with the negatives comes positive. It's not all doom and gloom. Jodie says the best experience I had with a customer who I can tell had a disability. He gets on my bus and then says thank you and got me a gift, which is a little wine set. We've been the best of friends since. My typical day. Being a bus driver is obviously is not your typical 9 to 5, which comes in handy depending on circumstances. Jerry says my whole day starts from 1 p.m. onwards, as I have a daughter, so she goes to nursery at 12:30, and I start my shift around 1:30, 2, depending on traffic. I get to the yard, and depending on what duty I'm doing, I either make my own way using my car or get the work ferry taxi to start location. Each route is different, as there are some short and some long routes. My main route was the 15, which started at Blackwall and terminated at Trafalgar Square. This took about an hour and a half, then we get about 15 to 20 minutes at each before we set off again. My favorite route would be the 135, which is Cross Harbour to Old Street, because it goes past Canary Wharf to and through the City of London. I can see the world. The thing I love most about the job is the experience of seeing different parts of the world. I never really got out and about before becoming a bus driver, as I've seen amazing places being a bus driver. I also love the customers at times. Anyway, folks, what do you reckon about this woman on a daily job as a bus driver? Do you reckon she honest and actually appreciate what she does for a living? Anyway, let your thoughts know in the comments section. Have a good day.